and sometimes you're a bit evil to me, but that's okay. And yeah, so if anybody's got any questions, I'll be very, very happy to answer them the best I can. Hello, lovely. How are you? Do you have to get up and stand up and go, oh, there's a microphone?
Now, is it on? Yes, it is.
It is.
Right, I'd love to know what you thought your experience was on Smallville. Like, because you were there for a whole season and you came back in for one in season 10. What was the whole experience like for you, working with all those people? Anything
Right.
you want to say about Smallville?
Well, first of all, with Smallville, it was funny because I auditioned for Lex Luthor very, very early on. And I got quite close, and sometimes when they want you to do screen tests, they make you sign contracts, and in the contract it said that if you got the job, you had to shave your head. And I was like, I don't want to shave my head. And I said to my manager at the time, I honestly don't think this show's going to last that long, to be honest. Like, it's going to be like a year at the most, maybe 2 years at a push, so I'm not going to shave my head. And 10 years later, I was like, shit. But so I think they might have remembered me from that time. So I was in England and they said, there's a character coming up on Smallville, are you interested? I said, yeah, for sure, I mean, what character is? And they wouldn't say, it was a big secret. And they called it Mason, funny enough. Like, it was, the secret name for Zod was Mason. And so I went over and I met the producers, and it was new blood. It was, thank you, Kelly Souders and Brian Peterson. Thank God they're not here. And I was really interested in it because it was new blood. It was kind of, the old people had left and they wanted to do something different with it. And they took me through the character. They wouldn't say who it was still. And I actually accepted the part without knowing it was Zod. And I said, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And then when I found out it was him, I was like, oh no. You know, because the Terrence Stamp version was so in my mind, and it was such a lot to live up to. And then I started to get excited about it. And from the first day on set, they all made me feel really, really comfortable. And there was like a factory, because they'd been running for so many years. And it wasn't really anything that I was used to, because I was used to doing shows at the beginning and just being kind of gung-ho about it. But it was such a brilliant experience. It really, really was, because we were all in it together with the character, and I think that the arc of the character was brilliant. He was just trying, you know, he was just finding his evilness, and you didn't quite know which way he was going. So for an actor, it was just kind of a dream part. And then all the stunts and the fight at the end and all that stuff, you know, it was brilliant. It was absolutely brilliant. So, does that answer your question? Just kidding. Yeah, he was great. He was great. He did the finale, yeah. Yeah, and then did he direct the other one as well? But the other one as well, where all the big superheroes in one, the Justice League. Absolute Justice, thank you. Yeah, did he do that one as well? It was, yes. Yeah, he was really great. You know, that was a really good episode, and we needed a director like that to come in and really kick it. You know, and I think that people were disappointed in the finale for season 8, and especially for the fight at the end. So it was really important for them to do a great showdown at the end, and I think we did that. Yeah. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes.
Oh. You snooze, you lose. Thank him. I think he's brilliant. I think you know, anybody that thinks outside of the box is good in my eyes. I think that there are a lot of actors who try to fit into a certain way that people think that they should be. And I don't think he's doing that. And I really, really admire that. And I aspire to be like that too. And for me to work with somebody like that would be great, because it would be an inspiration. So him for sure. I mean, I was brought up by all women, so I tend to go toward actresses more than actors. I love Meryl Streep. I think that she's probably one of my favourite actresses. Who else? Who do you like?
Oh, jeez. Now I realize
It's hard,
what
isn't
the
it?
question is. Oh, Nathan Fillion is
Nathan who?
Nathan Fillion.
What? What are you guys talking about? What? Firefly, right.
Well, pretty much the whole cast of Firefly.
Right.
Pretty much the whole cast of everything Joss Whedon has ever done for starters.
Right.
No, those are some good examples.
Well, in terms of the sci-fi community, I've had my dream and I've worked with Amanda Tappin. She definitely is the real deal in terms of this kind of, this vicinity. So, and I just got to meet one of the Doctor Who's as well. I was quite excited about that because it was the last time I watched Doctor Who was in the 80s, and that was when he was in the. I don't know what his name is though. What is his name? He's here today, right? Yeah. I got to meet him in the van yesterday. I was like, oh man, I used to watch you, and I used to be terrified of the Daleks and hide behind the sofa. So yeah, in terms of sci-fi community, I've had my fill in this, being Amanda Tappin all the way. She's hot.
No, I can get that. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
Hi, Callum. How you
Hi,
doing?
buddy. How are you, mate?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I know Terence Stamp did all his appearances with ADR, like voiceover. Did you ever get a chance to meet him?
I did not meet him in terms of Smallville, but we did have the same manager at that time. So not only did he kind of send me an email wishing me luck, which was lovely, but I got to meet him at a party once. And all I remember, because I was so starstruck, is that he wore really little tiny pink hot pants. I just couldn't stop looking at them thinking, wait, you're General Zod and you're wearing pink hot pants. Right. I just don't get it. But he was really, really lovely. And you know what, he gave me some advice and it was lovely. But no, I never mentioned it. I never got to meet him on Smallville, but we did have the same manager.
And another one, if you don't mind me asking, have you had a chance to talk to Michael Shannon yet?
Oh, he's this, no, not now, no. I met Michael, we actually also had the same manager about 7 or 8 years ago. So I hung out with Michael Shannon and his wife in New York about 7 or 8 years ago, but that was before any of this happened. And we lost contact, so well, if I had his contact details, I would definitely wish him luck, for sure. I mean, I think he's a brilliant, brilliant choice, by the way. I think he's an excellent choice. I think he's a very powerful actor, definitely. I can't wait to see an American Zod, that's for sure. You know, that line is going to be very interesting in an American accent. Yeah.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.
Hi, Callum.
Hi, how are you?
I have to say, I'm a crazy non-sci-fi person, and I'm a huge fan of Sir Anthony Knight from The Tudors. And I just wanted to ask that, considering he never actually existed in history, how did you prepare for that role, given that Jonathan would have, researched Henry and Nat would have researched Anne? And how did you enjoy dressing up in all the costumes and going through all the scenes and the jousting scenes and those ones?
I've told this story so many times to some of the people out there, but when I got to the Tudors, we had the first month, and it was great. We were having a great time, and then I fell off of a fake horse and broke my arm. The official story, by the way, is like a big black stallion that kind of, I was in a battle scene and then I fell off and it kicked me off, but that was a wooden horse. So I broke my arm and I couldn't put any of the costumes on because I was in a cast like this. So I had 4 months off and I was in Dublin just drinking lots of Guinness and putting lots of weight on. And so that was my experience with the Tudors. Unfortunately, because they had loads and loads of great plans for me. Because I'd already done Dead Like Me for Showtime, so they had great plans for that character. But it just kind of fizzled out because I'd broken my arm. And I was contracted for about 5 or 6 years, and which it actually ended up going for about 5 years, didn't it, I think? And they didn't really know how to put my character back in after I'd been away for so long, so I actually unfortunately had to end up leaving. So that's what happened with that. But the small amount of time that I was there, I really, really had a good time. I didn't research a character at all, to be honest. I just kind of went and said the lines and just paraded around in the costumes. That's all you needed, really, the costumes for that show. I'm sure that none of it was historically correct anyway.
Because all the fans were really devastated when Anthony didn't come back, and there's actually a huge resurgence on the fan forums of the Anthony character being reintroduced in stories. And
oh, seriously?
He's actually being paired with Anne of Cleves quite a lot, so.
Okay. Well, you know what, I did sit down with the writers, because they did want me to stay, and we did discuss how we would kind of reintroduce the character after all that time off. But I don't know, I think they had a lot more of the characters they wanted to focus on, so, you know, I went off and did something else. I think after that I did Secret Diary of a Call Girl with
I love that.
Billy Piper, who did she play in Doctor Who? Rose, she played Rose in Doctor Who. And so, you know, everything happens for a reason. I think that was a really good experience for me. I got to have lots of sex scenes with her. It was quite raunchy. She played a hooker, you know, it was great. That was more my thing than the Tudors, so.
Sorry, did you actually, when you got the role, when Henry Cavill got cast as Superman, did you ring him and say, haha, I'm General Zod? Or
I've lost contact with him as well, unfortunately, but I would love to have phoned him because I'm so happy for him. I remember him telling me, huh?
When he got cast, it's like, oh, I'm Callum, who is General Zod, and yeah.
Oh my god, I was so happy when he got casted because I remember, I think he's been close to being Bond and Spider-Man and, you know, all the big things. So, you know, he's really held out and he's a really great guy and I think he's going to do an amazing job. But I don't know, I mean, the Americans don't really like the English guy has been cast as Superman, but I think he's going to do terrific. Yeah. How do you guys feel about him being Superman? Yeah, I think it's going to be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.